2 easy ways to create a solid foundation for your evergreen business. An evergreen business will bring you profits no matter the year or season. Your product will still be relevant even if you first released it to the public several years ago. But how do you go about making sure you've got a solid foundation for your business? Stay tuned, because this is what you'll learn in today's presentation. Tip number 1. Do your homework. There are many kinds of evergreen businesses you can go into. For example, there will always be people wanting to know how to lose weight, gain weight, stop smoking, make money online, how to improve themselves, and so much more. You can target these niches. Though some may say these niches are saturated, it's not always the case. If you do your research, you'll find an angle that not many people are talking about or writing about. You'll find long-tailed keywords that may not get a lot of searches. But the people who do search for these keywords are those who know exactly what they want. For example, in the weight loss niche, you don't want to target the keywords weight loss. You'll have tons of competition. Instead, what you can do is target keywords like how can a former athlete lose weight, or how to lose 100 pounds in 1 year, or something like that. You just need to be really creative, and you need to use the right tools to find these golden keywords so you can target them in your evergreen product. Tip number 2. Promote your business online or offline. So you've done your homework and published an awesome long-form evergreen article. But months later, you're still hearing crickets. No one's been on your site. There are many ways to get people to your website. You can either do online or offline advertising. You won't get to the top of Google immediately, so if you want people to come visit your site, you need to reach out to them. You just need to do some promotion to get an initial boost. Once you gain traction, the search engines will take note of your traffic, and you'll eventually see your site ranking on search engines. This means free and organic traffic for your business. And since your article or product is evergreen, people will be reading and buying it for years to come. Once this happens, you know you've successfully created a solid foundation for your evergreen business. 3 major reasons you need to diversify your traffic sources. Traffic is the lifeblood of any online business. If you don't have traffic, your business is dead in the water. If you've got just one source of traffic, you're skating on very thin ice. In this presentation, you're going to find out why you should never depend on a single source of traffic and why traffic diversity is important to your business. Let's begin. Reason 1. Less risk for your business. Getting traffic to your website can either be easy or hard. Easy if you pay for advertising, and hard if you wait for your website to rank on search engines. Most small website owners usually do it the hard way. They'd work hard on their site's SEO, hoping to eventually rank on Google. Once they rank on Google, then they consider it to be a great success. But what happens when they drop off of Google? They'd panic. They'd lose all their business in a single day. And this is why you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying your traffic means you spread the risk. If you ever lose your first page spot on Google, you'll still survive because you have traffic coming in from other sources. Yes, you may lose considerable traffic, but at least you're not going back to zero. Reason number 2. You can find new traffic sources. Find out where your target audience is hanging out. If they're on Facebook, target them on Facebook. If they're on Snapchat, Reddit, or any other social media or forum, go after them. Don't wait for them to find you on Google. The good thing about always looking for ways to reach your audience is you might stumble upon a traffic source that your competitors might not yet know about. When you find one, you've literally found a gold mine, and you can milk it all you want. Reason 3. Enhance your brand presence. If you're bringing in people from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Pinterest, or any other traffic source, then you're basically announcing to the world that you've got an excellent online presence. If people know they can get to you in many different channels, then that's a good thing. It makes you look trustworthy. It makes you appear as an authority in your niche, and it enhances your brand presence. 3 things you need to do before you work on your evergreen course. In this presentation, you're going to learn the top 3 things you need to do before you start working on your evergreen course. Number 1. Identify the pain points you want to address in your course. If you want your evergreen course to sell, you need to know what pain points or problems you're going to address in your course. Without it, your course is nothing. You can start by doing some in-depth research on your topic and narrowing down the pain points you want to address. Check out what your competitors are doing. If possible, try to use an angle to make your course stand out from the rest. You may be selling a similar product to your competitors, but if you're working on a specific angle, then you can use that as a selling point. You can even confidently say that your course is the only course that's addressing that particular angle or pain point. Number 2, identify your audience. Knowing your audience is important for your course's success. It can literally make or break your course. For instance, if you're targeting people who are trying to stop smoking, then you can narrow down your audience by reading up on the latest research on smoker demographics. If your course is specifically targeted to women smokers, then make sure your course accurately targets them. The narrower your course's focus or scope, the better you can address your audience's pain points. If you're targeting a broader group of people, chances are some details in your course may not be a fit for a certain percentage of your audience. Identifying the right audience is a must, so you can tailor-make your course especially for this group. Number 3, identify the best course format for your audience. Your Evergreen course can come out in many different formats: ebook, video, audio, etc. Find out what your audience is like. Go by the previous examples. If you're targeting women smokers, then an ebook may be fine. However, if you're targeting older women, then a video may be a better option. Alternatively, you can also consider using different types of media and packaging it into your course so that your audience can pick and choose the media they want to consume. This means that those who like to read can simply read your course ebook, and those who dislike reading can either watch your video or listen to your audio recording. Top 5 ways to conquer information overload. In this tutorial, I'm going to tell you how to conquer information overload so you can start thinking straight and overcome procrastination. Every day, we're confronted by a staggering amount of information, which can become overwhelming. With the unlimited access we have to various communication tools and information, it can be challenging to narrow down what's important, which can quickly lead to information overload. Here are several strategies to help you conquer information overload. Do a brain dump. Get things out of your head by creating a list of everything floating around in your mind. You can also write down any thought that interrupts your workflow the moment it happens. Writing these down not only gets them out of your head, but gives your mind permission to relax its neural circuits so that you can focus on other things. Prioritize the items on your list into the things you can do today, things you can delegate, things you need to do this week, and things that you can drop. Subscribe to the 2-minute rule. If you find that you have a lot of little tasks to do every day, set aside about an hour a day to work on tasks that will take you about 2 minutes or less to complete. These tasks would include going through your emails, phone calls, checking your bank accounts, tidying up your workspace, etc. Combine similar tasks. If you have tasks that are similar, like paying several bills, combine the jobs and complete them all at once. Completing each task once you start it is another way to be efficient with your mental resources. This forces you to keep your attention on a single item for a period. By focusing on a single task at a time, you will find that you get more done and finish your tasks with more energy. Avoid multitasking. When you multitask, you force yourself to decide whether to answer or ignore a text, how you should respond to an email, whether you stick with what you're doing or focus on the interruption. All these decisions spend the fuel you need to focus on a task. Multitasking will result in you feeling exhausted, anxious, and disoriented. Take breaks. You will be much more efficient in the long run if you take 15-minute breaks every couple of hours. Breaks give your brain a chance to reset, increasing your productivity and creativity. Steady streams of information have become a part of life. 4 reasons you should create an evergreen business model. In today's presentation, you're going to be learning 4 of the biggest reasons why you should consider creating an evergreen business model. Number 1, you'll get a steady stream of income all year long. An evergreen tree stays fresh and green all year long, even in winter. An evergreen business model is the same. Your sales won't tank on non-holidays. Rather, you get a steady stream of income whether it's the holidays or not. It's true some niches thrive particularly well during certain holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving. But once the holidays are over, sales plummet to zero. Now, your evergreen business may not have a dramatic increase in sales during holidays, but at least you get a nice steady stream of income no matter the time of year. Number 2, you're running a hands-free business. If you set up and market your evergreen product correctly, you can expect year-round income. This means that you're literally going to do the hard work once and then reap the profits for years to come. In other words, you're getting passive income from your evergreen product. Who wouldn't want this business model? It's awesome, right? Number 3, You don't need to adjust to trends all the time. With non-evergreen products or businesses, you're always on the lookout for the latest trends. If you're in the IT business, you'd need to adapt your technology every time something new comes out, otherwise you'll end up with outdated stuff. With an evergreen product, you don't need to bother yourself with what's trending and what's making the headlines buzz. Of course, you can update your product from time to time, but at least you're not going to be making changes every month or so. You can update your evergreen product's cover image or maybe even update the product's website, but the core product can remain the same for years. Number 4. You can focus on other parts of your business. If your evergreen business can run on its own even without your intervention, then you can use your free time to pursue your other interests. You can create even more evergreen products if you want. The more evergreen products you have, the more passive sources of income you get. Eventually, you may no longer need to work and still have money coming in. Now that's something to look forward to. 4 ways for getting organized to reduce information overload. In this presentation, I'm going to show you simple ways to get organized to help you reduce information overload. With today's modern communication methods and 24/7 attitudes, we can quickly succumb to information overload. Getting organized can help you avoid information overload and improve your ability to be present at the moment and increase productivity. Here are 4 ways to organize your life to help you reduce information overload. Number 1. Create a clutter-free space. When you organize the physical space around you, your mental space will begin to feel less cluttered. Taking the time to make your workspace more organized will also help you to improve efficiency and productivity. Take the time every week to organize your workspace by reducing the piles of paper on your desk. Determine if the documents have been completed and whether you can toss them or file them. Number 2. Organize your emails. The sheer amount of emails you receive daily may overwhelm you, but you can learn how to unload your brain of these things by getting organized. Schedule time during your day to handle your messages. During this scheduled time, delete messages that you don't need to read or keep. Then respond to those that need a response. Set up a filter system to organize your emails in folders so you can more easily find old information when required. Number 3. Use a calendar. Using a daily calendar to organize your time will help you remember everything that you need to do each day or week. Having structure will help you keep track of everything that needs to be completed. Get into the habit of writing in your calendar every time an appointment or meeting comes up. Check your schedule at the beginning of each day to see what you need to do and whether anything needs to be added. Number 4. Stop multitasking. You are wasting more energy when you try to multitask. It can also reduce your clarity and focus. Learn to focus on one task at a time by setting your priorities. Tackle these tasks that need to be done first and avoid distracting yourself by working on something new until you have completed the first task. Reducing information overload in your life can be as simple as taking small steps to get better organized. These 4 steps can help you find the organization you need to remain focused throughout your day, reducing or eliminating information overload. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you the top ways to deal with today's steady stream of information to avoid information overload. In today's hectic digital world, we are overloading ourselves with knowledge. We think we're productive, yet we are paralyzed in a state of inaction due to information overload. When you begin to experience information overload, here are 4 things you can do to get yourself back on track. Restrict who you follow. Rather than becoming paralyzed from not knowing which expert to follow, take the time to find just one expert that you respect. Choose someone that you want to emulate, someone you admire. While no one person has all the answers, accept that the person you are following used their tactics to find success. By cutting out the noise and only following 1 or 2 experts' teachings and opinions, it will clear up a lot of strife. Get some distance. When you start to conduct research online, it can be difficult to untangle yourself from the information you've obtained. Instead of trying to figure out what to do with all the information right now, take a step back. Try taking a walk or focus on something else for a time. Changing direction when you're struggling with information overload will give you a new perspective. Go on an information cleanse. The purpose of an information cleanse is to reset your current relationship with information and begin to shift it from consumer-based to a creator. Take some time away from absorbing new information. This includes anything that might seem irrelevant. Put yourself in a position where your only option is to create or act upon the knowledge that you already possess. Stop compulsively learning. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Even before you step into the office, you're already on the verge of overload thanks to the internet and social media. Stop taking in any piece of information that you can get your hands on and only learn what you need to know to get you to the next step. Information overload is the enemy of your productivity. It doesn't matter how high the quality of information that you're absorbing if you don't take action on it right away. You get to choose whether you're going to be a smart information consumer or a frivolous one, wasting your precious time and energy on too much information. Five steps to get your professional life organized. In this presentation, you'll learn tips for getting your professional life organized to reduce information overload. If you're frequently overwhelmed by your workload and information overload, you can conquer this by getting your professional life organized. You'll need to start by looking at the areas of your work life that need to be organized and tackle them one at a time. Step 1. Organize yourself. It can be extremely easy for you to lose focus and spend too much time on things that are urgent but not significant. One of the most crucial time management secrets is to do the right thing first. The trick is to stay focused on the essential tasks and not waste your precious time on anything else. Step 2. Organize your desk. Every day you have more and more information thrown at you. Between new mail, reports, invoices, proposals, and everything else that hits your desk throughout the day, it can quickly pile up. This results in essential things getting lost, and in you spending too much time working on tasks that are merely urgent instead of working on tasks that are important. Step 3. Organize your storage. As you organize your desk, start thinking about your file systems. Consider whether you need to keep a traditional filing system in place, or if you can convert your papers electronically to store on your computer. Whichever method you choose to follow, make sure that every new document that lands on your desk is quickly filed in the appropriate place. You may want to schedule time at the end of your day to go through all your paperwork and file accordingly. Step 4. Organize your cubicle office. This goes beyond organizing your desk. It doesn't matter if you have a large corner office or a windowless cubicle. There are ways you can organize your office that will help you become more productive. One easy way to help you with your productivity is to pick furniture that works for you. Step 5. Organize incoming information. Along with making sure that you organize incoming paper, you have to organize your electronic communications. Most email programs have built-in tools that allow you to manage your email and reduce electronic clutter. Once you've set up your email filing system, immediately file new emails into the appropriate folder. Consider each email and decide if you can delete it or if you need to keep it for easy access. Getting and keeping your office space organized can significantly help with information overload. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you 5 ways to improve your time management skills to reduce information overload. Information overload has become a massive problem in today's 24/7 society. Having instant access to endless streams of information results in a decrease in productivity and poor time management skills. By learning and maintaining excellent time management skills, you'll find that you can get more done during the day and beat information overload. Number 1. Utilize lists. Lists are a great way to set daily goals that help you to accomplish more throughout the day. Lists do work if you use them. Make sure that the lists you make feel attainable and prioritize your needs and plan accordingly. You can even make lists for different areas of your life, like personal, home, and work. Number 2. Set deadlines. Set deadlines for the critical tasks you need to accomplish, and make sure you do everything you can to stick to that deadline. A good rule of thumb is to set your deadline a few days before the task has to be completed, to allow for the possibility that you'll have interruptions that get in your way. Number 3. Stop multitasking. You may think that you can accomplish more by multitasking, but this is simply not the case. Not only is multitasking inefficient, but you are more likely to make errors when you focus your attention on more than one task at a time. Focusing on one single thing until it's complete allows you to better concentrate on the job and complete it faster. Number 4. Delegate. Delegating responsibilities, especially for those who like to be in control, can provoke anxiety. However, it is crucial to understand that you can't do everything. Delegation isn't a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of intelligence. Finding competent, reliable people to help you with some of your responsibilities will help you to reduce your stress and increase your productivity. Number 5. Utilize your downtime. If you find yourself waiting in line at the post office or sitting in your doctor's office, you can use this time to start prioritizing your day. Make the best of these types of opportunities and get a jump start on your task. 4 quick ways to become a trusted social influencer in your niche. People follow and trust influencers. If you want to become a social influencer, then you're in luck, because in today's presentation, you're going to be learning 4 quick ways you can become a trusted influencer in your niche. Number 1, find your focus. Before you can become an influencer, you need to identify first what you want to be known as an expert or influencer in. Knowing which niche or industry to focus on makes it easier for you to establish a solid reputation. Do you want to be a fashion influencer, a marketing influencer, a cat expert? What? List down the favorite things you like talking about, weigh the pros and cons, and choose the one that comes out on top. Number 2, share valuable content. Bringing a lot of value to your audience will mean so much to them and will help you stand out from all the other people they follow. Too many so-called influencers expect a lot in return too soon, so you need to do something different. Get value first, and plenty of it, before asking for anything in return. Many of your followers will feel indebted to you, and when you ask them to return the favor, for example by asking them to visit a website or download an app, they'll be more likely to do as you say. By giving them value, they'll be more willing to follow your calls to action now and in the future. Number 3, engage with other influencers. Know other influencers in your niche and network with them. Share your valuable content with them. If your fans recognize the value you bring to the table, chances are your peers will also recognize the same value. So don't be shy. Reach out to them and they may be happy to share your valuable content with their audience. Number 4, engage with your fans and followers. If you're engaging with other influencers, then you should also be engaging with your fans and your followers. After all, these are the people you want to be influencing someday. Make yourself available to your followers. If they ask questions, answer them back promptly. They'll be grateful, and they'll tell their friends about you, which will bring in even more followers to your network. So don't be a snob. Instead, reach out and befriend your followers.